I am so sick of this line that is constantly used on these TV shows. When anybody pro-Israel comes up there, they're asked and basically demanded and put on the spot to prove that they also care about the Palestinians. And I have a very simple answer for them. No, I do not care about Palestinians as much as I care about Israelis. In the same way that I do not care as much about your children as I care about my child. That's healthy. That's normal for a person to care more about their community, their family members, than they care about other individuals is how the world was created. Now, if you're a very, 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 very good person, maybe you can extend the amount of love to people who are of difference to you. But you do not, under any circumstances, need to show any sort of empathy towards people that viciously and vehemently hate you. Yes, if you want to, you can go out of your way to be somebody that says, oh, I really care about the Palestinians as well. But it's not of moral equivalence. If I want to care about Israeli children more than I care about Palestinian children, that is my right. Not only is it my right, it actually, as some might argue, might be morally correct to care about the people who are part of your society and who believe that you should live and prosper versus caring about people who literally only want you dead. Now, whilst what I'm saying might sound really, really extreme and crazy, if you think about it, it's actually pretty logical. A mother should care about her child more than she cares about a different child. That's why you wake up for your children and you don't wake up for all the other children in the world. That's why you spend your life making money and dedicating every working hour of your day to taking care of your family, your spouse, your husband, your parents, and not to everybody else in the universe. I am so sick and tired of people getting up on these talk shows and being pushed and pushed and pushed to present themselves and to admit to the fact that they feel that about the Palestinians in the same way that they should feel about their people. It's just so wrong. It's so off. Now, does it mean that we shouldn't care at all about innocent Palestinian children, if such a thing exists? No, it doesn't mean that. But I am not under an obligation to prove to you that they are of the same thing, because they're not. And this is the kind of back place that they put you onto on these shows. They push you and push you and push you, and you see it. The pro-Israel voices basically have to say, yes, yes, we love the Palestinian children the same as we love Israeli children. You don't have to do that. You are under no obligation to do that. It is so morally wrong. It is like trying to push a mother to say, I care more about your child than I care about my child. We know it's not true, and it doesn't need to be true. And equating the two is not okay. But even more than that, something that bothers me even more than that, is them out there trying to equate the Israeli hostages with the Palestinian prisoners that they've succeeded in making out to be Palestinian hostages. These Palestinian hostages, so to speak, the thousands that are being released, are convicted of insane terrorist attacks. They've murdered children. They've bombed on suicide bombings on buses, killing women and men. They've stabbed, they've murdered, and some of them apparently have not seen a due case of court. I don't even know if that's true. But regardless, how could you compare a little baby sleeping in a bed to a Palestinian terrorist who went out there and bombed a bus that killed children? Could you compare Noah Argamani, a young female dancing at a party, to a man who was part of a lynching of 6 Israelis? How could you compare these stories? I'm so sick and tired of us pretending that they're the same. The latest example is this video, okay? Ugh, so sickening.
But Brother Scott, though, are you concerned about the Palestinians? Can you take that off of the Palestinians and all of their suffering?
Well, I'm concerned about what's happening to them right now. They're being shot in the street by Hamas.
Well, they're under occupation, and it just had 20,000 babies killed in 23 months. I mean, do you believe that a hostage on the by Palestinians has the same value as a Palestinian incarcerated? I just have to ask that question.
I don't regard.
I mean, besides the fact that he's just thrown out 20,000 children being killed, which is, we have zero evidence that that's true. They just thrown it out. He's asking a guy who's trying to remove his hostage pin if he would do that for the Palestinians. Now, it happens to be that I'm not sure how I feel about this hostage pin. I've never worn one within Israel. I heard somebody who said, don't wear it in Israel because it's very politically complicated. Wear it outside because it's now become an evidence of sort that you support Israel and the Jewish people. And so I like that. I think you should keep on wearing it because I think it's not just about the hostages, it's about a reminder of everything that's been going on. And more importantly, we still have hostages in Gaza. So there's nothing yet to take off. And there are these big ceremonies of people throwing them off. It's not yet time for that. But the audacity of this man to say, hey, that hostage bid, why isn't the Palestinians? They want to steal everything from us. They want to say, oh, you're wearing that thing. Well, show me that you're also wearing it for the Palestinians. Excuse me. Why should I have to wear it for your cause? The cause that you've been manipulated into believing. I haven't been manipulated into believing it. Enough.
Some of the people that were in prison in Israel to be hostages, these were terrorists that we had to let go in order to get these 20 people back. The 20 living hostages did nothing wrong. Many, as Abby pointed out in her monologue, of the people the Palestinians wanted released are absolute terrorists who killed many people.
Have no trial and have had no due
but
process.
These 20 people did nothing. The people taken on October the 7th were purely innocent.
Let me just 99% of
Look at that. Due process. Who cares about that? When you have a man who murdered children on a bus because he was a suicide bomber and miraculously survived. Okay, yes, in a legal system, they should get a due process. I'll tell you this much. Our hostages for sure didn't get no due process. They did not get due process. But I think that actually within the legal system, people tend to get due process. They just lie about it and they pretend, look, we're doctors. I mean, the amount of lies that these people go on and they just completely hide the fact that they are actually literally terrorists. Insane. It's totally insane. So this is what I want to say to you. Next time someone tries to back you into a corner and make you feel that you have to prove to the world that you care just the same about them as you do about your own people, you don't have to fall for it. I'm not saying that you have to hate Palestinian children. I'm not a terrible person, but you don't have to fall for the moral equivalency. It's a thing that they keep on doing time and time again. Do you care about them? I don't need to care about them. I have zero obligation to these people in the way that they have zero obligation to me. In fact, more than that, by being nice to them and considerate to these people, by allowing these terrorists out under the guise that they're hostages like you believe, I am now putting my future children in danger. Being nice to these people means future terrorism. There is nothing nice about that. There is nothing good about that. And if we care about Palestinian children, so to speak, then what we need to do is really eliminate the terrorism. But more importantly, you should care about your children more than you care about other people's children. And if these other people's children are going to grow up to be the people who believe in killing your children, then you should absolutely not support that under any circumstances. And this video should not be seen as a radical or crazy opinion. It should be seen as basic common sense. Thank you for your attention to this matter.